Welcome to Reading Readiness Centers. Today, we are going to explore one of the most significant events in world history, World War I. This global conflict, which lasted from 1914 to 1918, had far-reaching consequences that shaped the world we live in today. World War I was a truly devastating event, with over 37 million casualties and the destruction of entire cities and economies. Causes of the war. The roots of World War I can be traced back to the late 19th and early 20th centuries, when several key factors were at play in Europe. Nationalism, the intense pride and loyalty that people felt towards their own countries, was on the rise. This led to increased tensions and rivalries between the major European powers, such as Germany, Britain, France, Russia, and Austria-Hungary. Imperialism, the policy of expanding a country's power and influence through the acquisition of territories and colonies, was also a major factor. Militarism, the belief in the importance of a strong military and the willingness to use it, was another key cause of the war. European countries were investing heavily in their armed forces, and there was a growing sense of distrust and fear between them. The immediate trigger for the war was the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary by a Serbian nationalist in 1914. This event set off a chain reaction of alliances and declarations of war, ultimately leading to the outbreak of the conflict. The war. World War I was a truly global conflict, with over 30 countries involved. It was fought on multiple fronts, from the trenches of the Western Front in France and Belgium to the deserts of the Middle East. The war saw the introduction of new and devastating technologies, such as tanks, airplanes, and chemical weapons like poison gas. The fighting was brutal and relentless, with millions of soldiers trapped in the muddy, rat-infested trenches of the Western Front. Women played a crucial role, taking on jobs traditionally held by men and contributing to the war effort in various ways. Despite the immense sacrifices and suffering, the war dragged on for 4 long years, with neither side able to gain a decisive advantage. It was only the entry of the United States in 1917 that ultimately tipped the balance in favor of the Allied powers, leading to the eventual defeat of Germany and its allies. The impact of World War I was truly staggering. Over 37 million people were killed, wounded, or went missing during the conflict, and many more were displaced as refugees. The war led to the collapse of several empires, including the Austro-Hungarian, Russian, and Ottoman empires. The economic impact of the war was also devastating. Countries had invested heavily in their military, and the destruction of infrastructure and resources led to widespread economic hardship. Inflation, unemployment, and shortages of food and other essential goods were common in the years following the war. Politically, the war had a profound impact. The Russian Revolution of 1917 led to the establishment of the Soviet Union, a communist state that would become a major player on the world stage. The rise of fascist regimes in Italy and Germany, fueled by resentment over the Treaty of Versailles, would ultimately lead to the outbreak of World War II. The war also had a significant impact on society and culture. The horrors of trench warfare and the use of new, devastating weapons like chemical weapons left a lasting psychological impact on those who experienced it. The aftermath. In the aftermath of the war, the international community sought to prevent such a catastrophic conflict from happening again. The League of Nations, an international organization founded in 1919, was intended to be a forum for resolving disputes and promoting peace. However, the Treaty of Versailles, which imposed harsh penalties on Germany, was seen by many as unfair and contributed to the rise of Nazi Germany and the outbreak of World War II. The war also led to the emergence of the United States as a global superpower, as the country's economic and military might grew in the years following the conflict. Despite the efforts to create a more peaceful world, the legacy of World War I continued to shape global politics and international relations for decades to come. The scars of the war, both physical and psychological, would take generations to heal. That's it for today's video on the impact of World War I. We hope you learned something new and interesting about this pivotal moment in history. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more educational content. Thanks for watching.